6. Hello there, and welcome to our ever so slightly quite long Lego build. Today we're going to be tackling an even bigger creation that I expressed in a previous Lego build. I think it was when I was doing the X-Wing or the night bus from Harry Potter, that I wanted to tackle a custom build to create something even better, bigger, better, and more relaxing with more triggers in it. So we've accomplished that with today's ASMR video for your, no doubt, quarantine enjoyment for the next few weeks. So I've made this extra long. Don't worry, if you're thinking, Fred, that's a tiny box. This is one of the many boxes which it came in. You have to order all the pieces and then it comes from across the world. So you can have your creation and make a more realistic TIE fighter model. I'd say model, but I don't know what you would class it as. So for us Lego builders who really enjoy that zen-like feeling of building Lego and relaxing to it, then this hopefully will be something really, really good for you for this current present in time. So hopefully everything is going great. Let's get to our building station. I think it would be proper if we did a little bit of pointing here as well, because usually we have something to point at with our Lego videos. We just say it's got that many pieces, and we've got all these minifigures down here. I don't think it comes with any minifigures. The ship itself looks so amazing. It looks so good. You can really like with all the little bits in there. Numbers, so many parts. This numbers, this, that. Lego. Let's take it to the table and build it. Well, it just keeps coming up. We appear to be running out of space in this area. Okay, bits in there, little filly bits. More studs. Okay, then that appears to be quite a collection of Lego for this build. Now I think this might be a little bit better because every part is kind of in its own bag, so from that point of view that could be kind of cool, just selecting those bits. So that is the advantage of this custom made method here. However, the downside is this fellow here. Problem with this is that that is a big bunch. Of Lego pieces, so that could be a little bit problematic getting all the small bits, but you could tell it's kind of cool. There's a lot of bits in there. You leave it to the seller's discretion to make sure they've got the right bits in there, because this is not put together like a factory, like a normal box. It's the people. So fingers crossed all the parts are going to be here for awesome, epic TIE fighter. Should you fall asleep during the process, then that's going to be perfect and great. But if you manage to see the final product, which I hope you do, then I hope you're going to love it, because I'm absolutely going to love it, because the pictures I've seen look so amazing. So this is going to be a little bit different from the normal builds, but hopefully for our ASMR sake it's going to be a little bit more relaxing, a little bit more sleepy. So with all of the stuff here, eventually hopefully it's going to turn into an amazing TIE fighter, and this TIE fighter will always be the TIE fighter that makes you tingle, trigger and fall asleep. That's what I love with the Lego builds, is it's so goddamn sleep inducing. So I hope you're going to enjoy this. I think I'm going to spread it out a little bit and acquire the TIE fighter plans they've sent me, and we can get to creating. Right, I think that's suitably arranged, maybe. This is the construction pattern for our TIE fighter, and I think it's going to do us great. So seeing this is our first ASMR custom made Lego build, I literally have no idea how long that's going to take and how long it's going to take us to create. We're sort of delving into uncharted territory, but it will be fun. I mean, Lego's always great fun and very sleep inducing. I mean, something which is good about this method is that these bags are very trigger inducing, and something very tingly about how it's all methodically separated and things are in different parts. And whereas you get the actual Lego boxes and the plastic bags which they put in their Lego in is always like really thin. It's a little bit hard wearing, but thin, high-pitched plastic. So when you edit it, something you'll notice when you're editing is how loud those frequencies get on the microphones, whereas these are very soft and tingle inducing for me, and hopefully for you too. So we are creating our different sections here. Got plans. I think you're ready to fall asleep or to trigger and to see some TIE Fighter action going on. Now, okay, so all your Lego requests, by the way, pop them down below. If you go on that site, there are sites online, Bricklink or something, and you can check out custom-made ones. And if there's something you think is awesome, which would be awesome to make and awesome for an ASMR video too, then let me know below, because I will be looking and seeing what Lego things you like, because I love it. Okay, everything is perfectly positioned, shall I say, to begin the build. I've sorted everything out, so hopefully it's going to be more of a relaxed type of build as opposed to a stressful one, and I know where everything is. Something which I really hope that isn't going to be an issue with this is because the plans, if you got an actual Lego set, you know that there's already going to be room for mistakes in there. Though something like this, I don't know, maybe there might be, so hopefully that's not going to be the case whatsoever, and it's all going to be great, we hope. But I cannot stress enough, I think, if you're doing a custom build or something like this, how much easier it would be if you are going to sort out all the pieces together so every bit is in its respective area. And you will thank yourself for taking the time for doing all of that, hopefully. So the bits that we've got here, I assume what we're working on first is the cockpit. So there's going to be two bits which I imagine sort of joined together in the middle, and it will be great. I should probably put these around the right way so we can see what we're doing. Okay. And, make sure that all of the perspective is correct for our build. And also the Lego pieces, I don't know if it's possible to know if there's like a feeling like if it feels slightly used in a way, but they don't connect in a way like straight out the box Lego does, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, make sure it's all pushed down fully if I was to recommend something to you. So we need a piece. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 piece hither. We will pop that. Have we indeed missed a piece already? So I don't know why that apparently is not level when it should be, and already because of my incessant talking that I've made my first mistake. That's not a good sign. Okay. So I've got a bit of a system, as in all the important bits around the outside, the main sections over here in your left ear, and the big bulky bits already there, and all the delicate fiddly detailing bits are going to be handled by your right ear. I hope that sounds good. Okay. I see what's happened here. what has happened, we've made one completely the wrong section. We need to go all the way to the beginning, so we've zoomed up, but we've got the top bit ready now, apparently. I assume that one goes on top there too, but no harm done whatsoever, because that's all ready for us and waiting. Okay, so we need two of these with a gap of 4 studs in the middle and then 2 on the edge. Okay, I took the liberty this time round as well to actually lay a mat on here, because in the previous Lego videos, for some reason, the Lego loves to really make a bit of a noise on this table. It reacts with it quite a lot. So hopefully, if your ears are a little bit sensitive to that, then hopefully that helps just ever so slightly for you. Okay. I think so far the plans that we are following are quite reasonable. They don't seem too complicated at the moment, but we'll see how we get on further on in the process as to how we get on with the plans. Okay, so that's that. I think we leave that for now. We work on a separate bit, so 2 of these and then some wings to go in there with the 2 red bits poking out. Okay, and the wings go like so, with half a stud left behind. There's not that one. With the custom made Lego builds. I mean, I do have my doubts right now if this is going to work. I feel like there's going to be something in there, some mistake in there, because does this get checked? Like, would this be scrutinized like all the ones would be in the Lego factory? You know, we'll go through many tests, but would this have gone through the same amount, so to speak? So am I meant to be looking out for mistakes? I'm not entirely sure, but we'll see. Okay, so these go together like so. Right, that's pretty clever. Very clever. Nicely done, sir. So they just fit in like that, and hopefully there's something to join it in the quickest of moments. Alright, so we need a long one, and that goes across 4 and 4 to keep them together. Like I said, keep it really nice and tightly fitted. Make sure all the studs are on there as well, because oh boy, how upset we would be if this was actually not going to work out, and something sort of doesn't slips off and doesn't fit on there properly midway through. Then tears will be shed. Okay, so we need 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are 6 simple studs. Now I assume, I'm not sure how much the purpose a lot of these pieces are going to have, but I only assume there's going to be quite a lot of detailing in this, because this is more like I think it's the USC model, the Lego USC model, and right, so the black and red one fits on there, I think. However, I cannot be sure. Red on top, and that goes to the right. There we go. Because the ultimate collector Lego pieces, there's a lot of detailing that needs to be done on those, and I assume that they take absolutely hours, and you really really need to get locked in to do those. Though this, I have no idea. We're going in it on a whim, but whether this is going to be similar in nature, because this one is quite detailed, this TIE Fighter, and I'd say it looks better than the USC version as well. There are many elements in there which indicate a more realistic build, I think. The creator who made these has got a really good style, and certainly made a great looking TIE Fighter. And with me, like, I love all the Lego ships. Like, making it's the perfect thing for ASMR. It's the perfect thing for tingles and triggers and falling asleep. I could fall asleep making Lego all the time. I mean, it just luckily I have that inclination. Right, so this is where fiddly bits come into play, and there's a lot of turning and twisting to try and work out what's what. But I think we keep our wits about us and we can work through this together. Make sure we got the right pieces all the time as well. But as you can see at the moment, the cockpit, I assume the cockpit sort of goes around at the top here, and then obviously the wings going there, so just a little amount so far. A lot of shape starts to take place. That is very loose. Something needs to happen about that quite quickly, I'd imagine. Okay, so we need that, and two of these things. The thing is, there's no arrows which point as to where we're meant to be placing these things, and everything just looks grey at the moment, so I have no idea like what's actually meant to be going where. You just have to keep cross-referencing, kind of guessing as you go along. Okay, so that's been turned around, I think, like so. There we go. And that's on there. That's on there in the middle there. Okay. Two more of these, and they go across the top, over there and there. So there's a lot of interlocking pieces, which is a good sign because you want it to be like really stable. Okay, and I think this is where all the detail comes in as well. Right, so we need two of these clear pieces. Like, once again, in this build, there's bits which I haven't really come across before as well. Like, I'm basing all of my Lego expertise, I say expertise, knowledge of when I used to buy Lego when I was younger, and for me it was just like basic stuff. So there's so many new bits that are available now, so I get quite excited when I come across the new bits. And obviously people know what they are, and I don't know, clue, I've never seen it before in my life. Okay, so we need one of these. We've got to use those lantern things. Okay, so there's two different types here, right? So just the plain ones. Okay, there's a weird lantern thing just about to happen here. A lot of well, I always say that these ones are the lanterns, and then you put like a flame in there on the old castle builds, and it used to replicate a lantern. So for me it's always been like the lantern brick. And then we need more lanterns, and they sort of face up and do something. Not quite sure what, but they face up and do something. Okay. Then we turn it over, and then we need the black lanterns. My goodness. I hope this is all legit. I can't imagine Lego using like a technique like this. It seems like something, a building technique which they wouldn't really use, though I could be wrong. Now that is positioned differently from this chap here. That protrudes, this one does not. So why is that? I'm not sure. We'll try a different one. Right, so I think we have a dud one there. See, there's this one I was saying about the second-hand versions. Like, you can have one bad brick and it could go horribly wrong, and you have to restart again. So you've got to make sure that that is it. Right, I'll tell you anyway. That was the bugger which I built a lot of this section, and this let me down. There was a broken brick and it was different, and I had to take it all apart again. So that's why I'm saying be extra careful, because you don't wish to be turning into me and going through problems when you're building. You want it to be as relaxed and smooth and stress-free as possible, so you can enjoy your build and have a great time with it. Okay, so there's a lot of interesting pieces which we're meant to be using here. As to how they fit, I'm not entirely sure. It's at the bottom, like so. One assumes. On the top there, that probably makes a bit more sense. Okay, so those on the top, and then we need two studs which fill in the gap there. I just find it completely amazing, like, how on earth do these Lego creators just come up with this? Like, they're laying every single thing up to make a really detailed TIE fighter. Like, how do they do it? That's why they must be ultra fans. But yeah, I can imagine if I was to do one, it would look like some. Well, I won't say it. I would choose not to say it. Okay, let's take you off. We've got a double one there. Pop you in there. Okay. And the beauty of all of these pieces, which are currently all separated, means that you know where everything is. So as soon as you see it, you know there's no hardcore search party going out to find it for the next hour. You can just access it, and believe me, it helps dividends. Okay, so there's a funny piece somewhere which we are meant to use. I think it could be that, but I'm not sure. We'll leave that one. It's not that. So this is as soon as I was saying about location, everything in a neat place. Okay, right. That's what we want. So this will go on the bottom there, security place, and then number 3 stud thing goes there. Ah, right, this is where the excitement takes place. So our first part of the TIE fighter section slots in there, ever so loosely, unfortunately, but it goes in there nonetheless. Hopefully there's something to secure that in a little bit more, because that seems extremely loose, but when things like that happen, that's a good sign. Progress is being made. Okay, so we have this weird thing to build now, and I spared myself the trouble and created it. Here's one I made earlier, so to speak. It's this weird droid thing which is meant to act as the joystick for the TIE fighter pilot here, and then also the bits, I assume, there as well. It's very confusing. And it's the fiddly bits which I'm not a massive fan of making, because my fingers are so damn fat and hands are too big for it, so I struggle ever so slightly when I put it all together. Hopefully that's right there, but I could be wrong. The instructions don't really give me much to go by there, but is that about right? Perhaps. Or is that not? We better make sure. Was that on there before? I don't know. So it would be literally that, and that would be fitting on top. So I don't think that square was even on it there. That's normal. Okay. So I just have to triple check that this actually is meant to go in there. See, they're very loosely put on for some reason, which doesn't inspire you with confidence. It feels like it should be a glue job on there, but apparently that's meant to hold. I assume they sort of hold on top, actually, keep it in place. Kind of looks like the turret thing. And then there's another bit which is a weird part which sort of goes on the top there. I think this is all the cockpit stuff. So our pilot, which I must say lacks any appearance here. Unfortunately, I don't see it, but it's got a nice little detailed seating area here for him to sit and enjoy his TIE fighter and shooting down the rebels. Okay, so this is meant to fit on the top of it. So is this the bottom at the moment? I think so, but we must be very careful how we handle this. Hopefully that will slot in perfectly if we have the right calculations, and I think that pulling anything else apart we have. So you can imagine the wings on there, that kind of stuff, you know, shooting rebels, actual wings. Great. Okay, so we need 10 of these pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now we need to do some, I think this is the underbelly, so it'll be detailing along here. And this is what I like about this edition, is that all the bits on here, like, they're all angular pieces to mimic curvature in the build. So there's a lot of triangular bits which make you believe that everything is round by its careful positioning, and I think that's pretty cool for this build. See, I'm just guessing where it goes at the moment. I should actually be looking. Okay, and that's not good when we've got one short. There it is. That's 10 there, that's good. So we need 2 of these, 2 studs. Like, I'm looking forward eventually when we actually get to the juicy wings. I think once we get to that, then it all comes together really quickly, and before you know it, we'll have a TIE fighter, hopefully. The beauty is with the red pieces is that they're exceptionally easy to find and put together, so they are a blessing when you see those and you get to add them. They certainly make up for all the extra searching you have to do for the other pieces. So they're the real treat when you get to use them. Okay, so we need 6 single studs. 6 single studs, 6. You can't say that fast. 4, 6 single studs, 6 single studs. No. Terrible. Okay. 2, and then a third on there. I appear to have missed out a poor fellow on the end as well. Actually, I think that was just the one before, so wasn't too bad. Okay. There we have it. Nice and secure in there. Right, so we're back to making a special bit. Now I think this is the bit we've already made, yes. The top bit. So the mistake we made, well, I say mistake, I mean the project that we made to begin with has now come into its own, and we can pop that, if it should let me. That's not a good sound. There we go. Whoa. Exceptionally fragile pieces there, but I think that probably needs gluing. We made it, and that is not a good sign, having something rattling around in there, so we'll just take that off, pop that back in there. The thing is, the pieces are so, like, there's no room for any movement in here. It's quite like it has to fit in. So right, I think that probably calls for a little bit of modifying ever so slightly. I think I'll just take that off because that's stupid. This gets on my nerves. Okay, yeah, don't know if it's the bricks or what, but it doesn't work. Goodbye, good day, sir. There we go. It was literally just one tiny grill bit there. It wasn't fitting on properly. Okay, I really do feel like this needs to be glued. Alright, we need 10 pieces, so we'll just use 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and now we add the detail to a variety of bits as we go along. Need 4 of these on either side. And then you have to sort of work out, I think it's just literally the same as the bit underneath. You just copy it and go carry on. As you go along, just keep repeating, add in the angular studs, the triangle studs, for all the extra bits of detail. Okay. So, if you're not asleep by now, then congratulations. I'm really glad to be with you right now, to be building this for your extreme triggers. I mean, perseverance for you, for being able to keep on going with this. I myself, like, even though it can be complicated at times, Lego is still one of those #1 things for me, which is one of the most peaceful, tingly things. It gives you triggers, like many aspects of it, like different forms. Maybe the same experience you would get watching, for me anyway, watching ASMR video, and then that's what I get when I'm actually making the Lego as well, whatever Lego thing that I'm making. So something's happening here, so that goes kind of on the back there. Let's see. See, these red bits are the best bits. there, got some studs going there like so, which I've already accomplished. Okay, so we need some special pieces here. Not sure if it's meant to be just the two, or I'd probably say it's the 4 bits all around. Okay, and this goes on top, like so. One assumes that this is going to be exceptionally sturdy. I really hope it is, and you can, you know, do some stuff with it. But we'll see. Near the end, we will see. But it'll just be a little bit more fun, shall we say. Okay, so line that up. I should match there. There's a lot of techniques in here, which I think if Lego were doing it, then they wouldn't do it like this, because they'd know it might make a little bit of a problem for some builders. Why is that not working in my brain? Okay, probably because that's not the same piece. No, it's not. Okay, and is that the same piece as well? And once again, led to believe, no, it's not. Okay, right. So at the bottom is this creation, which I have pre-made, and this bit goes on to this bit. There we go, it goes on to. I'll give you a close-up view. Here I've made that, so I kind of made that mistake twice. Let's just say disconcerting, but we're on there, and I think it's meant to look like that at the moment. So just had to do a slight modification there as well. Great. So here comes the other bits. This is meant to be staying on somehow. Thank goodness it does. And there we go. Now it's starting to take shape. All of that just for that. So far it seems kind of ludicrous at the moment, though progress can take place in the back as well. This is what I like. Moments like this where actually it starts, well, apparently I spoke too soon. There we go. It starts to take shape. This actually looks really good as the cockpit. It's quite an ingenious creation there. Like having the smooth bits there, that's really good. I'm impressed. Right. So which way am I meant to be looking? So that's on. Okay. That's at the back. And then we take a rounder piece here and slots on like so. I don't know how, but apparently it does. See, this is the same type of thing again, where you might have problems putting it on. I think that just goes 2 bits. It was meant to, anyway. But it doesn't want to. There we go. Now it's on. That's good. Okay. Right, so now we want detailing parts. These 4 tiny bits here. This just literally pop that around the ring there. So like with this build, unlike the other Lego versions of the TIE Fighter, they don't integrate the smoothness on it, so I don't know, like they take advantage with this build of the smoothness of the Lego bits, so it looks actually really realistic, but in the actual Lego models, I swear they don't utilize it as well, and this could look something really cool. This could look really cool. Now, we're coming to actual detail, which is great. So this shall now, we hope, apparently we need two hook things. Voila, voila. And this goes onto the bottom there. And this slots in, I assume. Yes, it's happening. So this can go on the back like hither. Come on, baby, please, please work with me. Just do it for Freddy. There we go. Get on there. Perfect. I think that is probably the nearest bit. Yeah, there we go. I think that's meant to kind of go on top there. Does just about, but it can be changed ever so slightly. And then with this tiny piece here, which I don't understand how on earth this is just held in by the flimsiest bit, but apparently that's what it is. Okay, and this bit just slots at the bottom there, and goes on the top, and loosely fits on there, but comes off ever so easily as well. You know what, I think this will probably end up being a glue job, but it looks pretty great at the moment. I can only assume that this is just down to the second-hand parts. Now, we built it exactly how the instructions have said, and it just seems so flimsy, it's ludicrous. But still, we get the gist. And then this just goes at the bottom, simply like that. That makes it a little bit more sturdy, but it's, I don't know. You wouldn't want to play around with this, that's for sure. This is a model, okay? So don't go crazy with it, but it looks awesome though. I mean, come on, that looks amazing. It looks really good. So, pretty good with that, pretty happy. There's more instructions of how this thing is meant to fit. I think that perhaps there might be another way. I'm not sure. This is meant to, right. So these bits here block. Keep that in place or something. Like so. Right, so they've thought about that moving, so it's a little bit better, I suppose. But just ever so slightly. Okay. That's what the instructions say. So this is meant to hold in the sides. I really hope this is going to be structurally sound. I really hope it is. For both our sakes. Whoops, what am I doing there? I don't know. Okay. I'd feel a lot more comfortable if I was building the wings together separately and then add it as a sort of lasting measure, as opposed to moving around all this exceptionally delicate cockpit thing that we have here. Yeah, okay. Then we need some wings on the inside, wing flap things. So something I kind of remember with this is that the TIE Fighter wings are like a small version of the large of the actual wings on the sort of inside thing. If that makes sense. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Okay. We need 4 single stud parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they go somewhere, apparently. Oh, come on. That can't be serious. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I prematurely put that on. Apparently so. I don't know why it's asking us to do that now. How strange. Okay. I assume it's going to tell us to do the exact same thing, pop them together. So, yeah, so there's an exceptionally fidgety part here, which requires you to put something on the inside and then connect it to the outside. But somehow we've just achieved it. You have to sort of tease some of the bits out to enable to put them together, if that makes any sense. Probably not that much, but oh well. So I suppose it's kind of cool. It uses sort of pressure points to make sure that the TIE Fighter wings remain sort of integral with this weird sort of pressure locking mechanism, but it's quite a struggle to put it together for some reason. It's just an interesting method which I wouldn't have put together. Now that's broke. So yeah, very interesting, very odd way to do that, but there we go. Okay, so hopefully there's no more silly nonsense like that. So we've got 4 of these, and these apparently go somewhere where I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so 4 of those are placed on the inside. So I think these are going to be super strong, the wings, which is a good sign. What I'm seeing at the moment. See, this is what I meant. They're kind of like baby TIE Fighter wings on the outside there as well. Pretty amazing. Right, so we've got to create something. Single stud. Okay, so 2 of the wings together, and then stud in the middle. We've got to do this 4 times apparently. Okay, so stud on top, then on the bottom we need something, which, there we go. So one of these, 1, 2, 3, 4. Stud on the top. Or is that meant to be on the side? Probably on the side there. Okay, and then this goes on like that. And we create our little biplane, so 4 of those coming up we go. Number 2. Something which I noticed when notice with the TIE Fighter builds at the moment that Lego do, like they're all kind of basic, but obviously it's there to for all ages to build. But if you obviously like me, you like to just relax a little bit and build something a little bit more realistic than the standard one, looks more like the movies as opposed to a plaything, then there's just so much more detail in this. Like the other Lego sets, even the USC version's great, but at the same time, it's, I don't know how to explain it. Just a little bit. Right, something's going on here. A little bit more mechanical looking, shall I say. That's good. That's very sturdy. I like that. Very nice. That is exceptionally solid. And an hour in and we've just got to that. It's crazy. Right, so we have started there, and the other one there. That's kind of the final long piece there. I don't know if this bit shines through. I think it does because we're kind of adding detail now. So I think it does. This remote, right? The first TIE Fighter I had, I was young. It was a very young Fred, and back then, like if you were to imagine the TIE Fighter now, to me, I'd envision it as a grey thing and black in the normal colours, but in reality, Lego back then, like it was blue for some reason, blue and black TIE Fighter with little bits of grey, like hardly any grey, and that's, I don't know if that was just the amount of pieces that they had back then or something else, but that's how it was. But now it's so different, and this bit here reminds me of it, of the outside. It's pretty much identical, I think. There we go. Okay, so we make a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool. And 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. So we need 2 of these. I don't know what else going on there. I'm looking at the wrong piece. This goes on the top. That goes on the top. As does that. Then okay. So you could see already one of the wings is just getting made now. It probably doesn't help with this black on black background, but I'll keep showing you as we go along. I think this is the thing which attracted me to this build so much, and that's because it actually makes good use of the dark panels. Like in the Lego versions, it's not this smooth thing, it's all studs everywhere, yet this is really smooth and it's going to look so great. Trust me, it's going to look great at the end. Really cool. Okay. Top. Now let's see what it's doing. Trickery. It's got ahead of the game. Right. So I hate to say it, but I think we're going to be doing this 3 more times afterwards on the other side. think it's going to be exceptionally worth it at the end. I really wonder how the creators go about putting these together, how long it actually takes them. They've got to be really good at Lego building to create these things. Okay, 3 on top. Like everything with these wings so far, to me, says it's very sturdy, which, as I've expressed it so far, so it says do this times 4. Okay, so right from the beginning again. Right, like I've expressed already, that's kind of how I like it. Alright, we're trying to do 2 at the same time here. Okay, without trying to make any mistakes whatsoever. Is it possible? So we'll just pop that on like so. We will come back to that because you don't really need to see this 4 times. I don't think. Exceptionally long one going across there with 2 of these in the middle, like so. So we need a twig again. I keep missing that part. I missed the part, but that's not my problem, as our friend Peter Parker would say. Okay, then we need a number 3. Is that a small one? There we go. I kind of like these bits. This is very satisfying, making this section. I'm enjoying it an awful amount. An awful lot. Okay. Just kind of remember it quite easily. And it all goes together quite easily. Which is great. Okay, so I assume these 3 go like that. But the panels do look really, really cool. So you know what we're dealing with at the end is just going to look so awesome. I know it. And those are the bits we need 8 times. So the panels all fit together somehow. So to prevent them turning into dominoes type thing, let's just lay them down first. I think that's probably the best port of call for us at the moment. So we need one of these things. I say things, we need one of the panels, and this clips on like that. Move it in. Oh yes. See, from out of nowhere it just automatically turns into a TIE fighter, and it looks freaking awesome. I love this so much. That's so good. What a great design. I love that smooth finish there as well. That looks so good. That looks so cool. I'm very happy with that. So how many times do we need to do that? Just the once. By the bit. Oh my goodness. Okay. Just be quiet. Okay. So we need a thing and a thing. So this goes on the left side here. This on the right. To enable it to connect to the others, we need 2 smoothies. that size? I assume it's that size. To continue with the smooth theme that's going on at the moment. This looks so great. What a genius. I need to do this 4 times, okay? So, which bit 4 times? I assume probably the whole bit. Yes, okay. So, pop you there. I love this moment. This is such a great time for the Lego build. Right. Clip you on there. Pull up. Clip you on there. Put it up. Now is this meant to be the same way? I assume probably is, so we'll put it there anyway and make adjustments later on should we need it. I love this. This is so cool. What a great design. Okay, so we need some more smooth bits as well. Okay. Before you know it, we're gonna have an awesome looking TIE fighter. Same again. You guessed it. Hopefully these lanterns don't prove to be problematic there, but I don't think they will be. Whoops. Pop you like so. Same again. That one and that one. Is it that size? Far too big. Okay. At this point, if you are here, then congratulations. Like, I love Lego building. Like, it's, don't know how to explain it. It makes me very tired, very sleepy, and just feel really relaxed. But also watching it as well, I hope that you feel those feelings too, so you get just as much enjoyment listening to it as I do making it for you as well as we go along the build together. Sort of learn some different techniques or whatever. Probably not actually, just trying not to make mistakes is the main priority here. Sort of making my mind up at the moment whether the custom builds is actually something which I'll do again, because so far there's like a couple bits which make me go and but also a lot of other bits which, like these, which make me think these are completely awesome. I love it. Oh my goodness, it's happening. It is happening. Okay, so we take our TIE fighter here. How's this going to work? I don't know. And somehow, oh my goodness, that's got to be quite much. This connects on the bottom, like so. Probably pop that back up and prop that one back up as well. Do the same for this side. I suppose it doesn't matter which side those bits are on. Okay. Now our TIE fighter can stand on its own 2 feet. Oh, it looks so awesome. I love it. It looks so great. Just on a big old nerd out at the moment. Do forgive me. It's very improper, but look at it. It's so cool. Looks so good. And then on the top, one assumes that this simply clips on. Oh my goodness. Like that. Seriously, what a great design. If that fits on without... Oh no. We have an issue. There's a clip issue. Does it stay on? How strange. Maybe some pieces need pushing in a bit. But I think the pressure is too too much for TIE Fighter. Come on, man. This is like teasing me. Just at the end here where we don't need it. I think, honestly, it's those landing bits here. They're ruined it. They're preventing. It's just slightly the wrong size. And it's making these pop. Don't do this to me. Just stay there. We could be here all day doing this. Yeah, okay, so that's that side. Okay, we'll try the other side, see what happens here. Hopefully, not the same thing. That clips on. I fear it probably will be. What the hell? That's so bad. That just does not work. But I could see that. Alright. Both hands at the same time. And there we go. Oh my goodness. That looks so good. But it's not over yet. It's just the basic look at the moment. But that smoothness, I love it so much. That looks so awesome. Very, very happy with this so far. Okay, now comes the finer details for the actual, whoopsie daisy, for the actual wing bits. We're probably going to have to make this, what's it, 1, 2, 3, 4, is that just one corner? Yeah, so 8 times, I'd imagine. It would tell us at the end, so I will preempt it now and make it now, I think. So there we go. There's a lot of extra bits going on. I don't know where the start is, what the actual start's meant to be. Where the actual start's meant to be. Okay, so one piece and one piece there. I assume because these are the last pieces, it's going to be all these. So I assume we're going to be doing this 8 times, so why not just do it all together, and we could be one big happy TIE Fighter at the end of it. That'd be great. Okay. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves here, but I feel like this is probably the best way to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 7. And to me, this is perfection, like production line Lego building perfection going on right now, which is what we want for our Lego building. The most efficient way to do it. So I think there's these corner bits here, which I haven't actually seen before. You join them together yourself, I assume, or do I assume wrongly? As that's not going in. Should we try another one? Am I going to assume again? Oh, there we go. Well, that's alright. Okay. So it is saying at the end here to pop that in there. A clear bit there. A half clear bit there. And that should be it. So we'll just repeat that again. So that goes on top. If it would like to actually do it for me, there we go. That goes on the top. There we have half clear bit and a full clear bit. And then we could start the booming production line. There we go. this is one of those pieces which I haven't actually seen before as well, so pretty ingenious that you get to configure your own corner bits. Yeah, I think it's quite a cool idea. But we'll let it stay. Okay. I hope this says do it 8 times. I mean, I could quite easily look, but I'm just going to go with my force feeling and hoping that this is going to be right. There aren't going to be any alterations. Last one, come on. There we go. Hopefully that is all that is required from us. Okay. So apparently this clips on to the side here. And I hope that it's easy. Is it on? That's great. And voila. Our first bit of TIE Fighter detail is taking shape. It is the wrong way, isn't it? Have you done it the wrong way? Yeah, so there's going to be some backwards ones, I think. Unfortunately, is it? I don't know. Hopefully not. But I can't see how there won't be, because I think there will be. I didn't realise how big this TIE Fighter was going to be as well. It turned out to be quite larger than expected. Hopefully as well that this keeps together the snapping thing that likes to take place. Oh my goodness, it looks so good. I'm so pleased with this, honestly. This has been one of my favourite Lego creations, I think. I think what made it was to actually have a TIE Fighter. It says do it 8 times, so apparently that fits on. But I don't think so, somehow. Yeah, it would have been great if it had a TIE Fighter pilot that was part of the... There, we can simply change that, voila, turn it around, pop it on. Yeah, that would have kind of completed the look, and that would be really cool. With those little lantern bits, it's kind of forcing it to open just a little bit. But I think this is one of those things, because it's, I mean, it goes against Lego rules, etiquette, I don't know, that you're not allowed to glue it. The brick should hold it in place, and that should be it. But if you were taking, like, the people, when you go to shops and you see one of those massive Lego creations, and that's invariably put together and glued by the Lego people, the creators. So if you wanted something to stay in place and you're worried about it falling apart, then probably glue was the main way to go. It could be quite easily doused this in glue, but I don't know. I feel like I'd be cheating ever so slightly. So that integral piece at the bottom has just decided it wanted to pop out. But you're not escaping me. We pop you back, and there we go. And there is the side detail. at the moment. There's actually quite a lot of pieces left. I don't know how. Oh, so apparently we do the inside as well. Okay. So there were 16 versions of that. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is this going to be slightly different? I'm not entirely sure. 1, 2. Try not to break it, Fred. 3, 4, 5, 6. And of course, there we go. There it is. Right. So, my feelings tell me with the other one to do the opposite as well, even though the instructions don't tell you, but it just makes sense that you should. Okay, so we need a single piece. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is so nice to see all these pieces finally disappear, which means we're nearing the end of our creation. And I'm not looking at it properly at the moment. I'm leaving it as a bit of a surprise. At this point, I suppose I could say I really hope that you enjoyed this build. And like I said in the video earlier on, if there's something which you would love to see me build, like go in the custom Lego sites, I think it's called Bricklink, and they've got some awesome designs in there. I'd love to do a massive pirate ship. That would be seriously long, but it's kind of good to have seriously long videos now and again to fall asleep to from time to time, as C3PO would say. Of course, there is an issue, and that is we are missing a part. Is that going to be important? I don't think it actually will be, to be honest. Let's hope we could bypass that. Be interested to see if we've got one spare there. Yeah, so I think there might have been a confusion there as well, with one part is missing, literally one bit, which needs studs on it, and that would be it. The stud parts on here, and then the 2 lantern ones, but apart from that, I can afford it. Like, it's actually been really good. Okay, time to bring our baby back, and we do the inside again. But structurally, this is actually a great way to making sure that these don't ping out, and it's going to stay in place with whatever you're going to do with it. As I just break something on the other side. Like, because of the detail, its very nature, it's going to be just a little bit more delicate than the average Lego set, I suppose. There we go. Gave it eventually. So with this one, like, I'm just gonna have it next to my desk, and so I can look at it all the time next to my X-Wing, which I have there as well. And this is going to remind me of how relaxed I was when I was putting it together. And our video for tonight. There we go. That looks so awesome. That is just so more superior looking than the actual Lego one. It's kind of crazy. Okay. And finally, if I can get to it. Right, there's even more. This thing just doesn't end. There's quite a lot of pieces spare anyway, so it makes perfect sense. So we need to do this 4 times. Okay. Oh yeah, there's a load more lanterns over there as well. Usually there's a couple of pieces after the normal Lego builds, so I do wonder how many are going to be left over. It should be on the point. Apart from the headrest, which annoyed me to begin with, but I'm not worried about that one too much. Okay, we need 2 studs on everything. I'm not entirely sure where this is going to go, but we'll see. It's like the tiniest piece. It's kind of weird what's it's been made here, but okay. This must go on the side somehow. Looks a bit odd, but a cool bit of detail. And this then goes cool. So I forgot that even on the inside as well, it's meant to go across there. What am I talking about? Like, how can I forget that? It makes no sense. And this detail then goes in the middle here, apparently. Does it? I'm not sure. Please don't make me try it. Don't try it. This can make or break the creation. I don't want it to break, that's for sure. I don't get how that's meant to go in there. Now the blessed thing's popped out again. So these just go on the outside, I assume, to hold the final piece. I'll do the same here. My goodness, we are so close. It's unreal. Right. Can I do this? Awesome. Oh baby, it looks so great. I love it so much. I think what I'll probably buy is some transparent bricks, so I can have it sort of hovering / flying. I think that would look really great if it was doing that. Possibly. I mean, that's what the nerd inside of me is saying to do. Okay, is it saying do the inside as well? Yeah. Alright, makes perfect sense. But how? How is one to do the inside when it just doesn't go out properly? That is problematic. Right, Right, so there's something, I think, which holds the final bits, because we've got these hand hook things here, the perfect amount to hold these. I'm missing one. I've got one extra. Why is that so? I'm not sure. Okay, but yeah, okay. So something happens with these. Right, so it's got nothing to do with it. This literally goes on the bottom here. So extra little bits of detail, which looks pretty cool. That's what I like with these builds, is they've added all the detail in there to make it look more like a model of a TIE fighter as opposed to a toy. Love it. That's so great. That's so cool. And there we have it. Here is our perfect looking TIE fighter. And I must say, it looks absolutely amazing. I love it so much. The smooth detail on the end here, and all the extra bits of detail in the middle here. The rounded bit looks perfect. I think this is perfectly sized for the figure as well, the minifigure thing. So I think that's another plus of the build. This is bigger than all the other TIE fighter creations, I think, but it looks so great. And it feels great as well. I can't believe we've actually done it. I think the Emperor would be very proud that you have built his TIE fighter. My faithful, do not fear their feeble attack. Okay. That's so great. And there we have it, our custom made, custom built TIE fighter. I think that we followed all the plans correctly, and we did a good job with what we worked with. I mean, there's a couple of little things here and there which I think there was room for improvement in there, but regardless, the detail on it I love so much. I love the clear paneling down the side. I think it looks perfect for a TIE fighter. I'm so happy with this build here. I think it looks so cool and so much better than the other TIE fighters. The little details on the panels here as well, it all looks great. The cockpit is, there's room for improvement on that. It's a little bit wobbly and delicate for my liking, but all the detail on the top, the back, I think looks absolutely amazing. I love it so much. It feels quite bulky and durable, minus the delicate parts, but the whole structure of it, I don't think it would be moving anywhere. I just love it so much. I think it was a great build. It's very, very relaxing to do. I can almost fall asleep when I'm building Lego, even when I'm making it, so watching it, I hope that you feel the same sort of sensations which I feel when I'm building it, and you've got plenty of triggers and sounds in there, and enjoyed the actual build of it as well. If you've never done a custom mock build that someone has created, then perhaps this is something for you to look at doing, because you can get some really great models. But like I said, if there's something in particular which you would like me to make in the future, like custom made things, I express my feelings for like a massive pirate ship, and I don't know where I'm going to store all these things, but yeah, let me know in the comments. But apart from that, I hope you enjoyed this TIE fighter build as much as I did creating it. I know it's been a long one, and I hope that's good for you listening in the background or whatever. And I know many of you really enjoy the Lego builds as much as I do, and it's a perfect thing making it into an ASMR thing, because it is by its very nature so relaxing, and then you get a really awesome thing at the end. Like, just to compare that with the X-Wing that we built. Here's the TIE Fighter. Here's the X-Wing. So I think size-wise they're pretty much perfectly in scale with one another. So that looks so awesome. With Luke Skywalker going after the TIE Fighter, that old TIE Fighter chasing Luke Skywalker. It looks amazing. But that's because I'm a massive Star Wars nerd, so anything Star Wars looks amazing. But both of these builds have been really great fun to do because they're a little bit larger and take a little bit longer. So you can catch the build on this. I'll pop the playlist in the description, and all the other builds of Lego creations that we've done. I hope you've enjoyed this Lego creation and taking good care of yourself during this quarantine time. Hopefully in the future when you watch this you think, what the hell is that quarantine thing, that it's all over and it's a distant memory. But until then, take care of yourself.